Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Slim Decay. So in this episode we'll be creating our first console application project, and we'll be looking into the structure of console application project, and we'll see the data types that are supported in C# language. So without wasting any time, let's jump into our video. So what are data types? Data types are nothing but the containers or a memory space which is used to store the specific type of values. So, since the C# is strongly typed language, we need to specify the type of value that we want to store in a container. How we can do that? We can do that using the data types. In C#, we have two types of data types, that are value types, whose size is fixed, and reference type, whose size is not fixed. So we'll go through the value types one by one. So these many data types in C# the value type category. So the first one you can look. The byte is a data type which can hold up to 8-bit unsigned integer. So the value must be in between 0 to 255. If you want to store a value 7, you can use byte data types. So if you want to store the value 256, you cannot use byte data types. C# compiler will give you an exception. Again, you can see integer in data type, which is capable of storing 32-bit signed integer whose value ranges in between these numbers. These are pretty much big numbers. So if you want to store decimal numbers, you can use float data type, which is capable of storing the value here. And again, you can use double or decimal to store the floating point numbers. Just the difference is value range difference. If you want to store the character, you can use char data type, or if you want to store true or false, which is logical values, you can use bool data types. So let's check the reference types. We have string, array, object, class, interface, delegates. These are the data types that falls under reference type categories. So we'll be discussing these data types in different videos. As of now, we'll see the syntax for value types. So first we need to provide a data type which we want to use, which is integer in this case, and give it a name, which is also called as variable name, here age, and the value that you want to store in this variable, which is 15. So we'll be doing it in Visual Studio. Let's switch to Visual Studio. Okay, click on the create new project button and search for console application. We have this console application project here, which should be in .NET Framework, and remember, it should be in C#. You can filter it here. You can select Windows, and you can search. You can select this console app .NET Framework. Click on next button. Give your project name and click on create button. This will take few seconds. Yeah, our project is created. So we are gonna see the structure of this console application project. Click on view and click on solution explorer. Okay, here we go. Here the first one which I have selected is called a solution, and this one is called a project. In a solution we can have multiple projects. So by default we have a class file which is program.cs. Here in this we have a class. We'll be discussing this namespace, class and the functions in a different video. Now remember that every console application will execution will start from the main method. Okay, we'll define our first data type, which is int, whose name is age. It will take 15. So in order to print the value, we can use console.writeLine and we can pass the variable that we want to print in the console. Console.readLine is used to read the line in a console window from our keyboard, so that we are adding this just to hold the execution as of now. Let's run this application. Yeah, here we go. The 15 value is printed in the console window. Let's close our application. Yeah. Now we'll see different data types. If you want to define float, if you define like this, we'll get an error here. So in order to define float, you need to specify f after this number. So let's print this f. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. We have printed this float number. Let's see how to define a decimal. So in order to define the decimal data type, you need to specify m after this value. Let's print this value d1 in the console. Yeah, here we go. The decimal values printed in our console. So the boolean data type is used to hold true or false. You can specify true or false to this boolean data type. Let's print this b1 using console.writeLine. See, we have printed false because we have specified, we have given the value false in b1. Stop this application, and yeah, you can define character by using char data type. It should be in a single quotes. A. Let's print this char. Yeah, we have printed this char data type. So if you try to specify one more character inside this char data type, you will get the error. Too many characters in character literal, which means you are not supposed to send 2 characters. It is only capable of taking a single character. If you want a series of character, then you can go for string, which we will discuss in our next videos. So guys, that's it for this video. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can support our channel by clicking on that subscribe button. If you have any doubts regarding data types, please drop a comment. I'll get back to you on this. We'll meet you guys in the next episode. Until then, peace out and happy coding.